ice cream, logical cream, flavors. Let's make a move, get away, what's your flavor? Tell me what it is again. What you like, get it twice, what's your style? Let's get crazy, let's get lit, let's get wild. Take you out, show you off, what's your flavor? Tell me what it is again. Anywhere in the world, take you miles. Show me the real, you go and let it out. Your flavor, vanilla minks on brown cones, rainbow sprinkles on your AP two-tone. I ain't about materials, is habitual for the ability to get spiritual. I ridicule your decisions in the specimen. Make guys like me had to step up, be the better man. Baby, I know your flavor, green apple colored gators. I ain't a rich man yet, I'm gathering data. I'm saying.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy High Gotti. And we here on 995 South TV. Once again, y'all. Once again, I want to thank God for this opportunity. You know what I mean? To be on this great platform. My brother's back in the building. You know what I'm saying? You know, generator or not, electricity or not. You know what I'm saying? It's family good, all that's good. So I'm glad to see Jacob the Great back in the building. What's going on, fam?
What's up, man? What's up, man? We still in the land of the living, so we blessed, bro.
Yes,
Anytime
sir.
we on this side, of the dirt, we all right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So basically, man, listen. First thing I want to talk about, it's been a lot going on in the news lately with first and foremost, before we get to the I ain't gonna say the negative, but before we get to that, I just want to announce that we have a new show that we're gonna be doing soon. It's called The Breakdown. And it's gonna be based on us talking about old albums, rap, hip hop albums, R&B albums, with my man DJ Shu, who's very, very astute when it comes to music. He's an engineer, he's a producer, he's a beat maker, he's a authentic DJ from back in the day. So we got a new show called The Breakdown that we scheduled to start recording next Sunday or whatever. So I think y'all gonna really enjoy it or whatever. We're gonna do albums from Ready to Die to Life After Death to Illmatic to Reasonable Doubt to all Tupac's albums. So we're gonna do a whole breakdown each episode on these different albums, have different special DJs, artists. So if you want to even try to, come be on the show, hit me up at 95southpodcast at gmail.com if you want to be a part of the breakdown. It's gonna be coming with soon. So anyway, our first topic of the night is this whole Diddy situation, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I seen a disturbing video earlier today, about a couple hours ago, of this young lady who was saying that she was literally at the party, and they would use them as like almost like human pinatas, and they would put them on these Ferris wheels type things and spin them around, and it was like all kind of crazy stuff going on. And if the girls like bucked or act like they didn't want to do it, then ain't no telling what would happen to them, and they would drug them over ecstasy and all these kind of pills, do all this stuff to them. So this Diddy thing got into a whole nother level, and what they are doing to these, what they was doing, because so like she was saying, they want to cut all these celebrities and all these adult people out, or whatever, whether it's Beyonce and Jay, this one and that one. But what about the kid? And she was 15, 16 years old, and she was part of the CPS system, like the child service system, child protective service system, that they were kind of turning a blind eye to these situations or whatever. And a lot of stuff happened, and the CPS knew what was going on. I think out in California, I think she said, but she kept referencing Riverside. So I mean, it's crazy the stuff that was going on. So what's your thoughts on all of this, my brother?
It's been going on way before Diddy. When you got people like Clyde Davis and Jimmy, even Leon Core and Russell Simmons and Andre Harrell and Kevin Lyles know what was going on, man. Because this all dates back to
Allegedly, you gonna say allegedly?
Allegedly, this goes always back to Stax Records, Motown. You know, um, Julian Lennon and Paula Cole, and not just hip hop and R&B, but and it started out with rock and roll, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You
Yeah.
know, and as quiet as kept, I think is in every genre of music, but nobody gets the publicity like hip hop and R&B. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Only because hip people know that hip hop and R&B always want to be on Front Street, no matter what. And so I seen this young lady you was talking about. I seen her video on TikTok
Uh-huh.
when she was saying that in this room they on a round table, and you have these dudes with these the black top hats, the black Frederos, and they
Uh-huh.
bidding on 15 and 16-year-olds, man. And she said it happened so much to her until her body just went numb, which is awful, man. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I know exactly what video you talking about.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it just bothers me because the thing is, like, he got 120 new charges. I was in Virginia yesterday on the radio, and I was listening to the radio station. Not only does he has 120 new charges, and they supposed to be charging him for each one. So basically, a lot of times when a person gets sued, what happens is they have what they call a class action suit. So this like what banks go through when they get sued for basically when people's money is not right and they have to pay all this money out. They like you ever get a letter in the mail and say, well, this bank got you get so a check in the mail or something, and basically it's because a bank was sued or insurance company was sued. And what happens is they settle out. So let's say they settle out for $40 million, but they owe 5,000. So basically, that's kind of usually how it works. So in this situation, what happened was Diddy, like, and I think kind of with Deshaun Watson was kind of a class action suit. So you got to remember with Deshaun Watson, I think he had like 30, 40 women, whatever, that tried to sue him. And basically, what they did was they put in a class action suit. But I think at the end they came up with a number, and then each woman or whatever that whatever was in the case got a certain amount of money. But what they talking about doing with Diddy is charging him for each count separately. Even though it's a civil suit, I think all these are civil suits. I think they talking about charging him each one separately. So when people find out about this, they said they got 3,000 phone calls within the same, like in a day, stating that Diddy did something to them and had like extensive information on what happened. Not to say that he did 3,000 people wrong, because a lot of people, who knows how many people was lying and just calling because they heard that he was gonna get sued for each thing. But at the same time, that's a lot of phone calls on anybody. I don't care. Let's just say you get 3,000 people call in, but let's just say 10% of that was real. So that means 300 people did something to in a sexual way or an inappropriate way. That's still a lot of people. However you look at it. If you took 5%, that's 150 people. You know what I'm saying? So either way, that's a lot of people. And we just talking about people that called in. We can talk about these celebrities and these kids and all this other stuff that Diddy was involved in or whatever. And this thing, we know how this thing gonna go. Me and you know, Jacob, this thing gonna go way deeper than we ever imagined. When they start pulling out all, like you said, allegedly a Jimmy Iovine, even like Kevin Hart, they questioning him. You know what I mean? When they pulled up on TMZ, pulled up on him, or paparazzi pulled up on him, and was like, "Well, you know anything about the bottles?" And he was like, the baby oil. And he's like, "You asking the wrong person the wrong question." You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what that even meant when he said that or whatever. And not to say he was involved in any kind of way like that, but it's a lot of what's going on, Bucky. There's a lot of people who seen stuff and heard stuff that was there. And I'm gonna tell you this before I let you jump back in. And I'm gonna get your answers after the your statement after the commercial. So the thing about it was they said Denzel in '03, I get seeing certain inappropriate things at the party, and he said that allegedly him and Denzel got into a physical altercation because he told basically Diddy, "You a bad person, you don't care about nobody, whatever the case may be." So whatever Denzel see at one of the parties, they said that him and Diddy got in some kind of physical altercation and he stormed out of the party. So I haven't seen anything like Denzel himself to say it did or did not happen, but that's what was supposed. That's what I heard on the radio yesterday. That it's supposedly back in '03. But anyway, we're gonna take a quick break here on 95 South TV to pay some bills, and we'll be right back. Okay, we back. We back here on 95 South TV. Once again, your boy Icon E, King Jacob. I'm gonna get your statement on that, and then I got one other topic before I let you jump on one of your topics. I got one more topic that really I got to talk about, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and comment on this.
Um, Sean P Diddy Combs, Sean Puffy Combs, Sean Sugar Combs, Sean Honey Combs, Sean Vanilla Wafer Combs, Sean Candy
What
Yam
that all the
Combs.
name? Why you gotta give me all the
I mean, man. Do I think that people in Hollywood knew what going on these parties? Yeah. Do I think it's like Denzel said when he was talking to Michael B. Jordan and Chad Boswick? He was like, "Man, go to these parties, show your face, cause you on motion pictures, but at the same time, don't stay for but 15, 20 minutes. Pop your head in, do some networking, and leave.
name?
You know what I mean? And,
He
and,
told
and
Brandon.
for the people who don't, go
Mm-hmm.
ahead.
I said I think he told Brandon T. Jackson that too.
Yeah. So for people it be acting like they don't know, and then I seen what Neo done turned himself in, and then it's stuff going on about,
Hold on,
huh?
whoa. What you mean he turned himself in? You can't just go over. You can't just jump over all. You just went over there with that one. What you mean you turned yourself in?
Man, cause reports of what them folks been looking for him. He was served. You know what I'm saying? And his name is on a long list of things with Diddy. And so is Chris Brown's name, and so is Ray J. They have this thing about Ray J and Whitney, and then Houston, and then Ray J and Wendy Williams, and um, whatever was did to her or given to her, allegedly Ray J had something to do with it.
Mm, mm,
You know
mm.
what I mean? Um, so, but it all circles the back and Mr. Take that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's who it circles back to. Diddy can't stop, won't stop. We ain't going nowhere. But you went somewhere, bro.
Yeah.
You definitely went somewhere. You know what I mean? And you right, Monkey. Everybody going down. Ain't no need to shake your head about that. It was bound to happen, man. I mean, you know, you know. I mean, I just, like the song did to make. Hello, good morning. That's what they're gonna be saying to him, in that box. You know what I mean? And Diddy is like Suge Knight said. Suge Knight said, Sean Combs definitely not built for no prison. He said,
Hey,
man,
I heard what happened.
listen, man.
Like you heard about what happened in prison. Like I mean, in jail. Like basically, they were saying, I guess he like at the end of the jail. So they bring him like the code. He said by the time the food gets to be already moldy or cold or whatever. I don't know how food go mold get mold in it that quick. You know what I'm saying? But they were like by the time you get to him, it'd be cold and moldy. Like I don't know, maybe jail food do that. I don't know. You know what I mean or whatever. They say he won't eat food or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not getting fresh food. Because the way they got him at the jail, it's like at the like away from everybody, I guess, for right now or whatever. And then, so by the time it hit him, it's not edible. Even whatever. So I don't know. It's crazy.
Well, I just know that y'all need to stay tuned for more important messages because the new tour is coming. The prison tour featuring R. Kelly and the Diggler. The I Can't Sleep tour is coming soon.
I can't sleep to her. Hell no. Hey, you know what's crazy? I was thinking about this yesterday, and I know this gonna sound crazy for me to say this, but I'm gonna say it. I said, man, if I was Diddy and going from a billionaire to this, all the stuff is happening, and they saying he thought about killing himself, or like they said kill himself or whatever, allegedly or whatever. I said, if I was Diddy, I might want to kill. I probably would kill myself. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Cause you go from what he had, where he was to this. Yeah, ain't no sense living on.
But here's the question. Here's the $1 million question. If you have obtained all this in the last 25, 30 years, why, man? Why? What what happened? I know they say allegedly it happened to him and it happened to Kels, but man, you guys was bigger than what? Like millions and millions of people around the globe loved you guys, man. So what happened, man? I mean, I don't really understand. Why would you when you probably could have had any chick that you wanted, but
Mm-hmm.
these little girls, man, like I don't understand. And you're right, Bunky. Greed and thinking he's untouchable. That's a fact.
Uh,
Hashtag that big facts.
yeah. That said, everybody focus on this and not the election, and they do this every time we go through a certain thing. When it's election time, the Black Lives Matter movement, they always throw something else in there to try to throw people off the trail and off of what really needs to be talked about. What I mean, in the communities and all this other stuff going on. They don't want to focus on that. They want to focus solely on it. Every day. It's a new story that come out. But like I said, to me, I know we joke around a little bit, but this is a tragedy to me beyond tragedies, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a lot of people that's going to come down. A lot of black men, maybe even some black women in a powerful position going to be brought down. And not to say that some of them may or may not need to be brought down, because like I heard a comedian say, God will humble you in a major way, and that God is humbling the hate right now. But who's black men, black women, if all these black people that's of power, money, and status go? You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna be the one? Who's the one to stand up and say, let's go into these communities, these young people, and really focus on what needs to happen, because all of this going on. So not a good look for us in the black community. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You breaking up a little bit though, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Am I? Okay.
Yeah. But Apostle Q, thank you for tapping in, and you're definitely right, Apostle Q. They try to throw us off for the stuff that's really going on, stuff they're really doing, and and Bunky, you're right. Listen, man, the proof is in the pudding. The karma is real, man. You can run from Jacob, you can run from Icon, you can run from the police, you can run from whoever you run from, but you can't run from karma, man. Like, cause when she comes, she show up and show out. You know
Uh,
what I mean? So man, I just think that he's in a bad situation. But do I feel sorry for Diddy? Hell no. To the no, no, no. I don't feel sorry for Diddy, man. No, why? Bro,
no.
you had every chance to stop this years ago, man.
Yeah.
You had every and the way you ran down that Hallnet Tower and you punched that woman and you stomped that woman like she was a roach on the floor. Man, no, man.
Yeah. And
No,
I'm
man.
gonna tell you this, that let you know how people like Diddy and R. Kelly, how much they think they're above the law and above the world. Because even Russell Simmons knew, whether he did it or not. Russell Simmons, like, you know what? Let me get up out this country, because they trying to nail your boy to the wall. So he got up out of here. Diddy and R. Kelly knew all this was coming, and they kind of kept on like trying to lie about it, and they kept on doing what they was doing. So my thinking was, y'all, they really need help. They really need psychological and mental help because for you to, it's almost like a serial killer. You kill but so many people, the police is on your trail, and you keep selling. Or it's even like a kingpin drug dealer. You know that the feds is after you, keep on selling more drugs. It's like I don't know what make people mental be like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing no matter what the circumstances is. You know what I'm saying? And Diddy and R. Kelly both in situations where they could actually figured out how to like get themselves some help or whatever. So by the time it nothing else, by the time it would have hit the fan, maybe they could have been, the judge might have looked them a little bit more sympathetic or been more have more empathy for them. But now the way that Diddy handled all of this and he been doing this for 20 something years. This is a long he been doing this since like early 2000s, probably longer than that. But he been doing this for a long time or whatever. Like I always said, I don't care about you having sex with a man or how many women you had sex with, but you start talking about the kids and the drugs and all the other stuff that go along with it, that's when it's a whole nother ball game. What you do behind your clothes, behind your, you know what I'm saying? When they talk about all these celebrities at the party, I'm like, okay, so when you say a party, what does that really mean? That you doing a sexual act, or were they involved in drugging people and doing stuff? So when we start
But
talking about
these celebrities are grown. These children are not.
exactly, that's what I'm saying. So what? How much participation was? Let's just say allegedly Kevin Hart when they say when they ran up on him. How much did he know or see? Even Denzel, even though he checked Diddy, what did Denzel see to make him be like, hold on now, I need to get up out of here because you getting out of hand. So what was he seeing, or what did he see that was so disturbing that he got into Diddy in front of everybody, or certain people that made him storm out the room? But anyway, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna be right back here on 95 South TV. Okay, we back. We back here on 95 South TV. Yeah, like so. I don't want to spend too much time because this thing can go on forever and ever. This trial.
Well, I just want to say this before you move on, man. Listen, man. When I heard about Diddy allegedly and Carl Winslow, the dad from Family Matters, I said, hell no. What? Listen, man. Listen, man. Listen,
Bro.
man. Listen, man. And I just seen the clip where TMZ stopped them. He's like, I don't know who that is. For you to say you don't know who Diddy is, no, bro. No, bro.
That Carl Winslow?
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I ain't even
Listen.
like you gonna have me throwing up in my mouth. You know what I mean? I ain't you gonna have me throwing up my mouth thinking about this. But
Mm.
like
Hey, man. But anyway, man. I got a few other things I kind of want to talk about, man.
hold on,
Now
hold on,
we,
hold on.
we, we
Before we go there, I got to say this because this been on my mind, bro, and some of the stuff I've been going. And I got this before we move on. I ain't gonna spend too much time on it, but I'm gonna let you get to your topics. I want to talk about the entitlement and the sense of entitlement of this and the disrespect of this when it comes to
the sense did you say the sense of entitlement and the disrespect of the newer generation?
yes, when it comes to the way they talk to their parents, the way they talk to older people, or whatever. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I try to be as empathetic, sympathetic, whatever word you want to use towards the young when they go through things they go through, whether it's mental health. We do mental health shows. We do shows trying to figure out their psyche, all of that. And all we can do is pray for whatever. And there's other parents going through some of the stuff I do with my kids, whatever the case. But at some point we gotta take this America back as older people when it comes to our kids because I don't like the direction it's going and we headed where you feel like someone owe you something. You know what I'm saying? I was telling my mom a couple of weeks ago, I said, when I became you a teenager, sometimes you may lie to your parents about what doing, what you got going on, what you getting yourself in. When I became an adult, at the age of older, I, I never lied to my mom about anything, especially if I just to lie to her just because I don't want to get backlash or if I. So whatever I told my mom or my grandmother, I told them, and whatever repercussion or whatever they had to say about whatever I was doing, it was. But certain things I would never do. I would never give my mom or my grandmother money and then ask close my mouth, do stuff like that. Certain things you just don't do when it comes to your parents and your grandparents, the older people. You know what I'm saying? Is talk to them certain move. And I don't think the generation understands it. They just think because they're people too that they always have the right to say to express themselves. And I'm not saying, and it's always a way you can talk to your grandparents or whatever without being disrespectful. End of the, if your mom or your grandmother punch you in the mouth or slap the hell out of you, then you want to put them in jail. You want to get them locked up or whatever because you being disrespectful when they put food on your back. I mean, put food on your chest and clothes on your back, and you feel like it's okay to be that. You know what I'm saying? I can't get off my. You know what I'm saying? If you want it, that's fine. We can move on to the next. Like that out there.
Well, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come in on the topic. I'm gonna say this right here. Um, no, I wasn't disrespectful, but I was just a whole nother atmosphere as when people say you start smelling yourself. When I really got my first piece of nookie, it's like I went crazy. You know what I'm saying? And being that she was 27, I was 16. It was a whole different level. You know what I mean? And but as far as how these kids now, I've never said what I'm not gonna do. I've never said you do it. I've like how I hear these parents talking about how their kids talk to them. I wouldn't have had no teeth in my mouth, bro. And these kids, and like I have never been around a generation where is everybody has anxiety or depression. Everybody,
Mm-hmm.
bro. So this, and I'm gonna keep it all the way funky, keep it real with you. I think when it comes to anxiety and depression, the word no makes kids depressed and give them high anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in the mind frame where you can't take the word no, then man, you gonna go nowhere fast in life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they can't stand to hear the word no. They start having headaches behind the word. This happens, that happened. But all your parents did was tell you no. They ain't put their hands on. They ain't even really gave you tough love. They just told you no. That cannot happen right now. Well, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
in a situation to do that. And these kids go crazy. And then it's like, man, you can't go nowhere. Not a Walmart, not a 7-Eleven, not even on the interstate, man. Everything smell like loud.
Yep. Yep.
Everything.
Yep.
Everything, man. And
Oh,
and
that.
and 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 these kids act like if they don't smoke, that they're ready to jump off the side of a building.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna say this on that. I told somebody this. I said when people say weed is not addictive, I say anything in life can be addictive. I don't care if you eat candy bars. I don't care if you smoke. I don't care if you sex. Anything that's gonna cause you that controls your life is addictive. A relationship can be addictive. Anything can be have an addictive nature to it depending on how it controls your life. If it keeps you from getting money, if it keeps you from going to school, if it keeps you from functioning like a normal person every day, it's addictive. It's an addiction. Period. I don't care. Don't give me this whole well, it don't have no addiction, don't have nothing in it in weed that make you addicted. Yes, it can be. I've known people who can't. You have to get up in the morning and smoke, and have to go to bed and smoke throughout the day, and go to work high, go to school high, do everything they do. They got to be high. So it's an addiction if you have to do it all the time and you can't function like a normal person without it. It's an addiction. Period.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of you pretty passionate about that too, man. And it seems like some way, form, or nature, it pisses you off when people say it's not addiction.
Yeah, it's just anything, because I know, like, when I see it, because I see it on a personal level with people around me, and I'm like, if it keeps you from getting money and it keeps you doing stuff, that's why I stopped smoking weed back in '99. I smoke from not. I'm gonna just keep it real. From time '99, I stopped smoking weed. I smoked weed maybe twice in the last 25 years. I stopped because one, it was making me lazy, and you know how much I like to hustle and go get my money. So if anything that was gonna cause me to stop function like a normal person, I'm not doing it. I ain't gonna I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I like to drink my little alcohol. I like my little beer, but I guarantee you, I've never gone to work drunk or high off of drinking. I drink on my time off, and I drink on my leisure time. But you'll never
Uh-huh.
see me drunk when it's time to get to my paper. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right. Well, I mean, I'm just praying for our younger generation, and I hope they can get it together. So, the next topic at hand, and
Hold
I
on, before we
kind of
jump into the next topic, we'll take this break. Gotta take this break. Gotta take
yes,
this.
sir.
Gotta take this commercial break, and we'll be right back. 95 South TV. 95 E. What's the next topic, brother?
So I'm gonna say shout out to Judge Greg Mathis and his wife. So she filed for divorce. Allegedly, Judge Mathis cheated on her, have an outside child that she know nothing about.
Mm.
So allegedly she was gonna file a divorce, but I seen in a recent report they worked it out. I said after 38 years, there's a level of understanding that you can work some things out. And
Mm-hmm.
some people say that you can't come back from it. But I think that if you've been with somebody almost 40 years, you're pretty, you kind of, you're really afraid to start over because you don't know how to date, you don't know how to court, you really don't know how to conversate with nobody else because you've been with that one person for that long. And my question to you, Icon, do you think that if the shoe was on the other foot and she had a child with another man, could he forgive her like she forgave him?
Well, I'm gonna say this: probably not, because men are built differently when it comes to infidelity. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying we're different. You know what I'm saying? Our pride it hits different when a woman does us that we do to them. It just does. It's just the nature of the beast. It's just the way it is. That's just the way men are built. Yeah, you have some men that give their wife or their girl when they cheat on them, and they get back with them. Don't harm no, won't go back and cheat on the girl. They won't do nothing. You know, I my best friend. I ain't gonna say his name, but one of my best friends, he go through it with his wife all the time. And you thought she was the man and he was the way the stuff. But at the end of the day, most men that I know, nah, I don't see it be around. You know what I mean? But men been doing this at the beginning of time, so this ain't nothing new. Our great granddaddies, our of the past, a lot of men when it had two families on the, you know what I'm saying? Two or three, four or five. Like, that's why a lot of times having 15, 10, 15 you never knew about. And stuff you never heard ever. Whatever. So that's just always going on for a long time. Doesn't make no. But that's just but women are loyal and more forgiving than men ever will. That's the way it is.
They, and they built different. They built totally different, man. Like they can forgive. They'll raise them outside children as them children was their own.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, like let y'all split for a minute, and she go have a baby with somebody else, and you say, and a dude say he still love her, and they try to work it out, he
Mm-hmm.
might be there another 90 days. But man, when he start looking at the other baby that's had with somebody else, he can't take it, man.
No.
He can't take it.
Mm-mm. Nope.
He can't take it. So man, I just want I just say shout out to Judge Greg Mathis and his wife, man, for them able to work it out, after 30 years, and not go through those divorce proceedings. Now, the next thing that I do want to talk about is I recently seen Jaguar Wright do an interview with Piers Morgan of CNN.
Mm-hmm.
So for people who don't know Piers Morgan, he's interviewed people like Candace Owens. He's interviewed people like the daughter of John McCain's daughter, Pia, you know, Prisoners of War. Like he's a well-known a news anchor, news journalist, and a news reporter. And so
Mm-hmm.
they was on there talking about none other than your boy, Mister Take That, Take That, Take That. And they was also talking about Jay-Z, Joe Campbell. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I've never called him Jay-Z. I always call him Joe Camel off the cigarette box. He just looked like Joe Camel.
Yeah, he really like him now. Cut them dreads off.
So,
He look like somebody's grandma with them
but
dreads. You know what I mean? He
man,
need to cut them
hey
dreads.
man, he kind of remind me of Vincent off Beauty and the Beast. You remember that show Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah.
Vincent,
Yeah.
Vincent used to be like, Catherine.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, and she was just saying that you know Sean has been doing it for a long time, and she said Jay-Z even worse than Sean,
Who?
and she
Right.
was, yeah, and she said that it's thousands that it happened to. She said, but I've talked to hundreds, and she was like, it's been many prices on my head for this person, this information. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And then I'm thinking, well, why ain't nobody sued her for defamation of character yet? That's why I want to ask you, Alcon. Why haven't anybody sued Jaguar Wright for defamation of character yet?
See, and I'm glad you brought that up, bro. Because Vlad get on my nerves so bad, and I'm hoping it gets back. Actually, want to respond to this because he gets on my nerves so bad when he always want to second guess in our culture, but he get mad when people call him a culture for the feds. You gonna say Jaguar White line? You gonna say Cat Williams is lying? You gonna say Sean Sharp was lying about this man interview? Like, bro, if this wasn't true, wouldn't they be suing? Wouldn't they be suing? Would they be suing Jaguar White? What?
Yeah, of course.
Like somebody said about Cat Williams. He said Cat Williams basically was saying that Jeff Epstein wanted to give him $50 to suck his penis. It's not. That's not what Cat Williams said. Cat Williams
Mm.
said that he was offered $1 million contract deal basically to make movies. It ain't like he walked up to him and say, "I give you 50 million, let me give you some hate." That ain't what he said. He basically was saying that instead of him taking the deal, I think he said, I forgot who it was. I don't know, but another actor that took the deal. I think it was Ludacris. Ludacris took a $50 million deal or somebody, if I'm correct or whatever. But instead of him taking a $50 million deal to do movies. So if you're gonna speak on something, be correct in what you're saying. But like you said today, if people were lying, don't you think they would have got sued by now? And Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal been talking about this for 5 years, if not longer.
Yeah.
I see. And everything both of them talked about is life. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right, right. Now, do I think Jaguar rambles sometimes? But I don't know what happened to her for her to keep rambling like this. But something happened to this woman that hunts her, that sends her to counseling for 3, 4 times a week. Like something really happened to her inside the music industry, and that's why she keeps going off about it and trying to protect these other victims.
Yeah, because you ever listen to a drunk person, and a drunk person be rambling, but with them throughout the whole conversation, there be some truth to the situation. You be like, okay, it do make sense. Like they could be drunk as hell, and they could be saying stuff and just going on and on. But at some point during that conversation, you be like, yeah, that do make a little sense. You know what I'm saying? Or let me go ask questions about this. Like that ain't your daddy, or that ain't your mama, or that ain't your uncle, your aunt, or something crazy. And you be like, what?
Like, like
So yeah.
it's so suspicious to me that Whitney Williams all of a sudden gets sick. Bro, you just don't get the type of sickness that they say. That don't happen to you overnight, bro.
Mm-mm.
Like she's been rambling and saying a lot of stuff and exposing these people for a very long time, man. And somebody got next to her and did something damaging to her health, to her mind, and now it's like Whitney Williams is no more. So that music industry can be very tricky. It can be very in a way where people never be recognized no more. And I don't talk about being recognized like they're gone, but they don't know who they are. They don't have an identity, and the people who that love them as fans can't identify with them anymore either. And so I just think it's awful, man, and just like a lot of times in this music industry, do I understand why a lot of people stay underground and still make their money and still be millionaires underground? Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
understand. I understand why Currency said he didn't want to be mainstream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understand why AZ left the mainstream music business. So
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't before, but I get it now.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna take one last break. We're gonna come back and wrap this up here on 95 South TV.
Okay.
Okay, we back here on 95 South TV, man. We covered a lot of topics today. A lot of information. So shout out to our executive producers, for VGN Network, Kimmy K, Senior G. Um, Shout out to everybody that's watching, and definitely shout out to all the different countries: Germany, New Zealand, Russia, Dubai. I mean, you can name a few. Um,
Switzerland. Shout out to the Netherlands. Shout out to the Czech Republic. Shout out to Jamaica, Haiti. Shout out to the Virgin Islands. Shout out to um, all the people that's watching from Russia, the Ukraine. People that's watching from Europe and Ireland and Italy
mhm.
and England. Shout out to everybody worldwide that's watching with us, man. So
Yeah.
we
Oh,
definitely appreciate y'all.
and shout out to Shit Radio, TW Entertainment. Um, over there in Mississippi, Atlanta. So we just want to let everybody know we treat everybody the same way. We don't look at one entity partnership bigger than the other one. Whatever we all in this together, what I mean, to make all this thing go and get this platform bigger to make it go the way it's supposed to go. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I just want to thank God brothers back. You know what I mean? It could have been a lot worse for him, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? Everybody's good in the fam, so he good, they good, health right, good. So we just gonna keep rolling this thing. Shout out to his brother, his brother that had a birthday yesterday. So shout out to him, happy birthday, bro. And thank y'all for coming on, and we gonna see y'all on the next. You know what I'm
Peace.
saying?
Brown skin girl, and she knew I was out to go and clear my mind. The girl she's